Okay guys, this video today I actually shot on a site where we have our first pool kit delivered, and it's a pretty big pool. It's 20 by 40 with an 8-foot deep end. And I don't know if you guys have watched the last couple of videos, my audio has been a little suspect. It cuts out randomly and goes where you can't hear the microphone picking up, and it's annoying because I couldn't figure out what was going on because the microphone's not giving any indication that it's not working well. Turns out it's the little wire that goes from the microphone to my iPhone has got a little fray in it, and if it just moves in the wind a little bit, it just cuts out. So fixing that, but there's a couple parts of the video that might get a little bit quiet. I've tried to adjust it as much as I can. It's annoying, but just to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about in that video is we're going to provide all the ICF you need, coping, liner track. These are all vinyl liner kits at the moment. We don't want to try to put too much on you from a build perspective with some of the monopore stuff we do. But the vinyl liners will include every single thing you need except your concrete and your PVC pipe to run back to however far your equipment sits from the pool. But they're going to range in price on the smaller pools anywhere from, you know, on the low end, $12,000 to $13,000 up to this pool kit we're talking about today is about $20,000. It's including 4 micro bright LEDs and an automated easy touch panel. Each thing's about $2,000 more than you absolutely need to run the pool. So that's like $4,000 right there, and it's a big pool. So anyway, I'm gonna get into the video right now and just kind of get back with you. I'm absolutely laser focused on training, so I kind of put this video together quick. The kits will not be available till after next weekend, which was the first weekend in April, because I do not have time to get going on it. But go ahead and email us at icfguru.com. If you're interested, and we will get back to you in about a week and tell you, as far as equipment availability, and just start building your kit custom. Hey guys, I'm gonna have a quick video today because I am absolutely but I've been promising to get these kits online, and I want to at least show you. We got the first one out to some people that are, like I said, only about 30 minutes away from Springfield, so I was able to come out here and kind of show you what the stock looks like, what the shipment will look like if you guys buy a kit, and also kind of give you a basic price. But I tell you what we're going to do. I don't think we're going to sell 100 of these right off the bat, so I'm not going to have it where you can just click and pick all the items on the website yet, because equipment is still kind of hard. And I think as spring rolls in and people, right now my supplier has 200 pumps that I would like to use on these pools. They will go down to 0 pumps real fast, and we don't know if we can get more. Last year they were completely sold out of almost everything for quite a while. Hopefully this year it's better, but I'm not ready to say that. So basically, you want a kit, we build it, me and you together. You guys just email me. I'll make sure I can get everything in that kit, or we can maybe substitute certain things, whether it's Pentair to Jandy, just different brands, same quality. But we'll have to do that a little bit as we get further into the spring and summer. It's going to get a little harder to keep equipment. I'll show you this kit. I'll give you a price for this kit and kind of how much money they're going to save by building it themselves. But I'm gonna kind of hold off on just slapping up a bunch of equipment where you can just put a bunch of stuff in a cart to build a kit, because I don't think anybody's going to be able to follow through with that. I mean, all the online kits right now say, upon availability or something like that. And I would rather just, deal with there's a lot of you have reached out to me, and what we can do is we can just kind of customize, build these things. Training's next weekend, so probably be the first full week of April when I actually start getting back to all of you about these kits, because we're going to get through training first on the monopore pool and the fancy stuff that we're doing training on. But anyway, I'm going to get into kind of what this kit entails, and we'll show you kind of what you can do different. Okay, so this pool is big. It's a big one. It's 20 by 40 with an 8-foot deep end. So it requires about 12 pallets of ICF. It's going to take 2 pallets of quarters, 10 pallets of straights. We are using bullnose aluminum coping. It's going to have 6-inch radius corners. So it's a pretty simple pool from a build perspective, but it's large. So it's going to take a good bit of material. This coping was back ordered for like 6 months recently, guys. This is one of those things where I can get it right now, maybe I can't in 2 months. So there's other ways to skin that cat, but we have to work through that as your order goes. So they're going to do aluminum coping. In my opinion, it's the easiest way to go. We have a really tricked out way to attach this to the ICF. It's just super easy. They also did thermoplastic steps. They're out in the country. I'm going to tell you not to let your dogs get in the pool. It's not good for your water chemistry, but
I know reality is sometimes they might. These are the toughest stairs for a vinyl liner. They're also not the most. They're one of the cheapest stairs. These are about $2,700. And then if you do liner covered stairs, just depends. If it's just a little corner, it might be cheaper. But if it goes across the whole shallow end, it'll be more. We'll work through all that together. You know, if you want that's options you can do. But the thermoplastic stairs, as long as they're in stock, are just the easiest stair. They just kind of go in the wall, just really, really easy. And I'll get into the details on how we do that. But anyway, so basically we will be shipping all of these pallets along with a single pallet with all of your pool equipment. Again, this one is pretty fancy. We got an Easy Touch 4 with salt, meaning this thing comes with its own automated electric panel called a Pentair Easy Touch. Again, they were back ordered forever last year. That's why we didn't do these kits last year, because I had no idea when we could get stuff. The Easy Touch 4, and it comes with the IC40 salt cell, the chlorine generator for the salt water. And you don't have to do any of this stuff. This is going to make this kit a little more expensive than your base kits. This is about a $2,000 panel. But if you want to go saltwater, to not have this is about $1,200 in equipment. So it's kind of nice to add that automation for about $800. It really makes your pool run nice. It comes with all your in-wall fittings, and your skimmers. There's 2 skimmers and a nice TR60 sand filter with valve and a VST variable speed pump, Pentair pump. Everything here is Pentair. As we get into later in the year, we may have to, just Hayward, J&D, some other stuff, all good brands. I'm not going to sell kits that are not premium products on the equipment side, but right now we can get all Pentair stuff, which is just kind of our preferred brand. And so just kind of to give you an idea, the equipment, the coping, and this thermoplastic stair is a little over $10,000. That runs the pool. That's just inflation, guys. The same thing was about $7,500 last year. That's my cost. So it's about 10 grand. And the ICF is about $7,500 for this pool. So you're going to end up with, after shipping and everything else, probably about 20 grand on a pool this size with everything you need except for plumbing, PVC, which is up right now, but on a pool like this, probably about $2,000, and concrete, which is another $6,000 to $7,000 probably, with a pump, maybe $8,000. So you're going to end up with about 30 grand in this pool in all the materials. Assuming you guys do all your own sweat equity, this is a $60,000 pool in my market if we build this for you. This is what this pool would cost you. So just to kind of give you, the idea that you can save about half to buy a kit and do it yourself in my market. And my market is not the highest end market for retail labor. You go to the coast and stuff like that, and pools are much, much more expensive. So, your liner will range in the range of $2,500 to $3,500 depending on the thickness you choose. We can do the liner in 2 different ways. Either I can draw it up for you and order it and send it with this equipment, or we can wait till you get the walls built and I will Zoom conference in with you and basically consult you to measure it so it fits your hole. The reason that's a better way to go usually is in case you hit rock and maybe change the deep end. Maybe maybe we're going to have it come 8 feet out, now it's going to come 7. Anything like that, you can custom measure and have that liner fit like a glove. If you order the liner beforehand and you hit that rock, you got to break that rock out because you have to get to those dimensions. It's, depending on your lay of the land, you may feel totally comfortable with that and you want to save the few weeks it takes to get that liner. I don't blame you. So we can do that either way as well. Okay, so the other thing we're doing, guys, that I think is going to really make this work, because if you buy a steel, like a steel wall vinyl liner kit, you're going to have to do all the vermiculite work yourself, which is not fun. It's not, personally, it's a lot harder than concrete work. And the big thing is those steel panels weigh about 200 pounds a piece. You're going to have some real manpower to wrestle those. Use the polymer walls, which is what we used to do before we got into ICF. They're lighter. They're better in groundwater. They don't corrode and rust. The problem with them is as you backfill, they're so easy to bow or damage because they're just not as solid. Once this thing's poured, it's a concrete wall. I mean, it is impervious. You can run a bulldozer right next to it. So That's pretty cool. The heaviest thing you're going to handle is a 20-foot 2x4 in the bracing. But the thing that's going to set this apart and make it work, you don't have bracing, I'm guessing. Assuming you don't, we're going to ship you bracing, Zonts and Zuckles. You'll have to, provide the 2x4s. You don't waste them; they're reusable. But you'll use the 2x4s. You've seen the system. I'll link a couple videos here for the builds, just so you can kind of see this exact size pool going up. You'll see the bracing system we use, and that bracing, we're going to ship you all the metal parts, the parts that you don't have. And then you're just going to box them back up in the hard case and ship them back to us when you're done. And that's included in that price we talked about. So that's the big deal that we're going to do to make these work, because otherwise the ICF pools, ICF's super easy, but you got to have bracing. And if you're going to do this DIY one time ever, buying bracing doesn't make a lot of sense. So that's going to be one of the big bonuses that we're trying to throw in here. Okay, and lastly, guys, the one thing that I am still working on, and it's just going to be different for every single one of you, is freight. Shipping ICF is not heavy. None of this is very heavy, but it takes up a good bit of room on a semi. So depending on where you live, shipping is just going to vary. And shipping, because of fuel prices and everything else, and just the weird economy, it is really high right now. If you live in driving distance of Springfield, Missouri, and you've got a 20-foot trailer, we can probably get all this stacked right from roast ready mix, stack it all up and send you on your way for nothing, which is, I'm a saver and a DIYer at heart. So if you're within driving distance of Springfield, Missouri, come on. If not, we're going to look at little hot shots. We're going to look at, all kinds of different trucking options for you. That's the one thing I can't really figure, but I'm expecting the shipping on something like this to be at least a couple grand, depending on where you live. It could be less, could be more if you're way off. So anyway, that's it for today. Like I said, I got to really get serious about training here and get through that. And then, like I said, just reach out to me through icfguru.com on this stuff, or if you like, just hit me on the email that's always at the end of this video. So I'll talk to you guys next time.